This crypto whale, Lane Rettig, picks up Central Park spread for $3.5 million. So, crypto king Lane Rettig and his Amazon executive wife, Lily Wu, just bought a Harlem home at 145 Central Park North for $3.5 million. The 10th floor unit is 1,509 square feet and comes with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There are white oak floors, floor to ceiling windows, a park facing terrace, and a private balcony. Reddick is a developer of the cryptocurrency Ethereum and developer at Space Mesh, a blockchain platform. Reddick says he loves the community feel of 145 CPN, which hosts social gatherings like wine and cheese get togethers on the building's common roof terrace. That kind of sounds like a really lame party. Just saying. Like, ooh, let's just have some wine and cheese while looking at our crypto accounts just soar to the moon. The building was developed by Grid Group with Gluck Plus Interiors. The 10th floor unit was last asking $3.65 million dollars. Let's see. Honestly, it's a pretty nice place, but like, would you spend $3.5 million dollars on something that is basically a glorified condo, pretty much? So the rooftop features Central Park views and outdoor kitchen along with the hot tub. That's a nice perk. The sale also included a private parking spot, building amenities including a children's playroom, gym, lounge, and rooftop deck. Now here's the thing, right? Like some people might like view this as like a complete waste of money, right? Which, me kind of included, right? Because here's the thing, right? I'm more of the type of person to be like, okay, if I have like $3.5 million to spend on like a place that I want to live, I kind of want to just be away from people, have my own privacy, basically do whatever I kind of want, right? Like at least have like just like a little bit more freedom. When you live in like an apartment complex or like, like a massive sky rise and all that kind of stuff, right? You can't play loud music, not really, right? Like there's like a lot of restrictions on you. Like, it's basically like you're living in a box next to other boxes, right? It's very suffocating, right? That's the way to really explain it. But again, some people might view this as like a waste of money. But for his situation, right? Because again, here's the thing: personal finance is personal. So for his specific personal situation, this might actually be an ideal setup to him because it might be something where like, oh, he could easily just like, if he like works from home, this might be the perfect setup because basically everything is pretty much taken care of, right? He could like spend like 5 minutes just walking to his like gym if he wants to work out. He could walk a couple minutes to the hot tub, couple minutes to the spa. If he ends up having kids, or if he does have kids, okay, couple minutes to a kid's playroom while he works or something like that, right? If he wants to just like lounge and like kind of like look at the views, he could go and do that in a couple like minutes, right? Like that's something to really think about because it really depends on his personal situation, right? So if he's a developer, most likely he probably works mostly from home, right? So if that's the case, it'd probably make a lot more sense for everything to basically be there that he doesn't really have to maintain at all, right? And that's a pretty big factor, right? Like a lot of people don't like realize just how much time they end up like wasting every single day doing like everyday tasks, right? Like for example, let's say that you go to the gym every day. That's potentially like 2 hours lost because you got to drive there, work out for half an hour, drive back. That's basically like potentially 2 hours lost right then and there, right? Commuting, that's potentially 30 minutes all the way up to like 3 hours, 4 hours. Some people might be driving, right? That's a lot of time wasted and a lot of money wasted, right? Maintaining a yard, like cutting your grass, could take hours depending on how big your yard is, right? That's a lot of time wasted, right? he's basically like set up in a situation that pretty much everything is basically maintained for him to where he doesn't necessarily have to really do anything. So spending this amount of money might actually make him be in an opportunity type of setting to actually make more money than, let's say, if he were to buy like a house with a yard that he has to maintain and all this other sort of stuff, right? So this might actually be perfect for him and his wife, right? Because it has all these little distractions basically taken away from his daily life, right? Basically cutting down like his potential like responsibilities in like half, possibly, right? So residents of 145 CPN also have preferred access to alphas, which calls itself the largest virtual marketplace for art in the world, powered by blockchain. So this kind of like makes more sense as well. So basically, this is potentially pretty much like a crypto place, like a crypto housing place. So the building was completed last year. The listing brokers were Ryan Serhant and Jennifer Elise at Serhant and Mike Fabry and Ashley Brooke at Nest Seekers International. The Rettigs were repped by Jenny Lynn with E Royalty International Corp. So this kind of like makes it a bit more sense. So probably the majority of the people who are probably going to be buying places in this specific building are probably a lot of crypto people, which means there's probably also a lot of money coming into it. So probably every single condo, whatever, is going to be worth millions of dollars, right? And if cryptocurrency stays on the track that it is, where the next couple of years it's just going to get more and more and more pricey or more adopted, right? More people getting involved. This like $3.5 million, I guess you could say, investment could very well become like 6 million or even $10 million, right? Depending on how big the crypto markets end up becoming, right? Because you have a lot of situations now where you have people who like maybe thought something was cool in crypto to where some of them are like now multi-millionaires, deca-millionaires, centimillionaires, I believe is how you pronounce it, where they're like nine figures, meaning hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, where they just basically thought something was cool or they joked around with something and now they got disgusting amounts of money, right? I think there's even like some like sort of like taxi driver guy who was like a taxi driver like 3 or 4 years ago, and that guy's now, I believe, got like over a few $100 million or something like that because of Bitcoin, right? So that's something to really understand. Like the amount of money that might be involved in real estate nowadays, specifically in New York, might be insane, just purely due to the cryptocurrency space.